Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please go ahead and introduce yourselves. I'd like to know you. Where are you watching from? I'd like to meet you. What part of the world are you watching from? Today we're going to be discussing a sought after question, and I get this question all the time. How did you manage to stay consistent? How have you managed to keeping consistent over the years? And I just want to say something real quick. I didn't just start to, get consistent in one day. This is, a habit I had developed over time. So if you have struggled to be consistent, don't beat yourself up if you are starting and you're failing at it the very first time. So if you're new here, I'd like to know you and I'd like to meet you. Where in the world are you watching from? And to all my returning subscribers, I want to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are amazing. Thank you for your incredible love. Thank you for your massive support. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for always liking my videos. Thank you for always sharing. Sorry, I'm trying to read the comments, so please bear with me. Please let me know where you are watching. Hey, Valerie, thank you. Hey, Becky, you guys are amazing. Really? You're from Liberia. I love that. Thank you so much for joining in. If you are a returning subscriber, I want to say thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for always sharing me out. I see you guys and I truly appreciate. Hey, Sarah, thank you for joining. I'll be shooting your video today, Sarah. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for, sending the link to me, the British grants. Thank you so much. UK grants. Thank you so much. So yes, let's get right into how to consistent. With being tips that helped me stay consistent on my business journey, on my YouTube journey, facts in everything that I do. I think I've managed to stay consistent, and even with my clients as well. In fact, there are people I've got potential clients that have never really patronized my business, but I've been consistent, and some people eventually patronize me just because of my consistency. And like they say, people want to see your ad, people want to see your post a minimum of 7 times, at least 7 times before they make a purchase from you. Yes, they want to see you, multiple times before they actually make a sale. And consistency wins every single time. So today I'm going to be sharing some of my, the secret sauces on how to be consistent. Thank you, Jerry, Sarah, my personal person. Me. So yes, the first thing you need to do is to make the choice. You have to make the choice to be consistent. You have to say to yourself, okay, now I am ready to be consistent and let's do this. So first thing you need to do is to make that choice. And please, consistency doesn't mean, for me, it doesn't mean, oh, are you serious? Thank you, Sarah. So it doesn't mean going all the way. It just means showing up, you know, even if it's just 30 minutes, just show up, consistency. And I'll give an example. Maybe you're trying to, you're trying to lose weight, or you're trying to work out, keep fit, or eat healthy, So expect that some days it's not going, the way you've planned. And it's okay. And that is part of the process. You have to also plan for the days that you may, find it difficult to show up for yourself. And I'll also share some of my strategies, especially here on YouTube. So first thing you need to do, like I said, is to make the decision yourself. Maybe you want to carve a niche for yourself, or you're building a personal brand for yourself, and you want to be known for something, if anything at all. I know my clients and my potential clients, they know that when it comes to consistency, they can always count on me. I will always show up. I will always send the happy new month. If there's ever a time or a month, or maybe first of the month, that you don't hear from me, then it's because I'm sick and I can't help it. I can't. And I remember last month, exactly this time last month, I was actually sick. And for the first time ever, I did not send Happy New Month. I tell you, for the first time, I didn't send Happy New, and that's okay. But today I've sent it already. And I mean, people will understand, at the end of the day, but don't beat yourself up, whenever you are not consistent. So, I mean, as long as you've told yourself this thing, we're going to make you work. So it's okay to miss, at some point in time or the other. So now Determine what consistency looks like for you. Yeah. So when you want to be consistent in the way that is best for you, the best way possible for you. Yes. My own definition of consistency may be different from your own definition of consistency. So for me, I might decide that, okay, and I'll give an example as well. So for my blog, I was publishing an article every single day. That's consistency for me. Consistency for you may be publishing an article once in a week, and it's okay. Once in a week, if since you've determined that this is what you want to do, 1 week is enough for you, it's fine, but just show up. Just make sure that you show up. And on the days that you don't show up, don't beat yourself up, get up and move on. I told my friend, I think 2 weeks ago, I told her, when we fall, we don't stay down, we get up again. And the true measure of a man, the true test of a man, is by how fast you get up. So when you fail or when you miss, don't stay down, don't remain. It's okay to fall, but don't remain there. If some people actually remain there for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years, and for the rest of their lives. We don't want to do that to ourselves. So when you fall, just make it, be deliberate about it. It's actually very hot in California. Jesus Christ. I'm sure it's about maybe 100 degrees outside. I don't know. And I didn't want to shoot outside before. It's actually very hot. Like, I'm feeling it. But really, when it comes to being consistent, like I said, you choose what consistency looks like for you. I'm not asking you to look at someone else's consistency. Like, you don't need to work at the person's pace, because you don't know what the person's goals are and where the person is coming from. I'll also give you an example. Do you know, or did you know that Serena Williams was practicing for 8 hours every day? Yes, she was practicing her tennis every day, 8 hours. The way you go to work, you do your 9 to 5. She is in the gym from, literally 9 to 5, working out. I tell you, practicing. And then when you see her, when she's playing, you think it's just by luck. It's not. This is something that she has mastered, and they say you become a professional when you've spent 10,000 hours doing something, doing a particular thing. You've spent at least 10,000 hours, then you're a professional. The moment you clock, you're done with 10,000 hours. So yes, remember to define your own goals, your own consistency. It's different from what somebody else's consistency. So determine what consistency looks like for you. Then make room for planned breaks. Make room for planned breaks. Good thing is that, with the digital world that we are in right now, you can use, AI. You can use AI to aid your consistency. So if it means setting an alarm clock, or doing things that would help you, meet your consistency goals. And also make room for planned breaks. That's what I do. So the fact that I show up every time doesn't really mean that I am there real time, but I'm here real time. So if you're watching the live, type live in the comments. If you're watching the replay, type replay in the comments. So it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm there live. And I'll give an example. So maybe you have a YouTube channel and you want to be consistent. Why don't you just schedule your posts? Schedule it in advance and you're good to go, right? Once you schedule it, so whether you travel or you're around, your videos are still dropping. So always make room for planned breaks. I had a client 2 days ago. She actually reached out to me. Okay, she actually reached out to me during the week, and I gave her Thursday. I said, come on Thursday. She was shocked that I could have, a sooner availability. She was expecting me to have like 1 month out and all that. And I told her I did some things last week that made room. So I always allow for buffer. So I do things that, I kind of like batch my work at once. I work like I'm expecting the president tomorrow morning and I have to get these things done. So I did all the work I needed to do. I did enough work to last me for 2 months in one day. I don't know how to explain that, but that's exactly what I did. And I was able to accommodate her on Thursday. And she was shocked that I made the outfits while she was here, and she took it. She was still shocked, So she sent a message and said, "I can't believe it that But that's what I do. So if you want to show up, you want to be consistent, you want to, it depends on what you want your brand to be known for. So if you want to be known for consistency, if you want to be known for, delivering, you're someone that under promises and over delivers, then you might want to look into, being consistent, the secrets of being consistent. And I actually also learned from people who have been consistent over time. So when I saw that, and that was the first thing I did. I decided I wanted to be consistent. And when I saw that they were able to do it, I'm like, this is possible too for me. And then I worked on it. And today, when it comes to when they're looking for someone that is consistent, they, they just, reach out. But like I said, don't beat yourself up for it. This is something I've built like over the years, over a long period of time, I tell you. But trust me, once you decide that you want to be consistent, the journey to 1,000 miles begins with a giant step. So just start today, start bit by bit, and as time goes on, you can now, increase your targets or increase your expectations for yourself. You can increase it. Thank you, Sarah. So you have to commit to doing it. Yes, you have to commit. Just be committed to doing it. Even when you feel, like I said, even when you miss sometimes, just pick up your beats and move on. So yes, always remember that you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. And today, I'll just be sharing with you guys how to practice consistency, when it comes to habits and, of course, your goals as well. So this is something, it's something that's, I mean, the fact that I can do it means that you too can do it as well, because I'm not a superhuman. There's nothing special about me, so I'm just like and if you are committed, you really, really, really want to. And it's by telling yourself, I'm not going to give excuses, telling yourself that no excuses. When I was in grad school, maybe, well, that too contributed to it. When I was in grad school, I remember that I had to put together my school fees for the next semester. So I had to, because I was making close to, I was sewing to pay my school fees in grad school. So I knew for sure that I needed to put this money together. So one of my mantras that I use when I was, sewing for my clients at the time, I don't stop when I'm tired, I stop when I'm done. So that has helped me. That really helped me set my goals and achieve them. And it's honestly, for me, once I write my goals down, that's it. Once I write it down, it's already done. I tell you, because I always look at, I always revert, I always, check, I always check. Have I done this? Okay, tick. Have I not done this? Okay, put it down. I'm going to do it, treat it next. So yes, you need to also set goals for yourself. You need to set, important goals for yourself, because goals are important to help you to be consistent. Goals are actually very important, because if you don't write it down, if you don't set those goals, you might just be, going with the wind or going with the flow, or any depends on your mood. No, me, I don't work depending on my mood though. If you want to be consistent, then it means that you're committed, whether you feel like doing it or not, whether you're motivated to do it or not. It doesn't work with your feeling. It's like a commitment. It's like, it has to go. The show must go on, whether you like it or not. That's exactly how consistency works. So if it means exercising for 30 minutes, me, I work out 2 hours every day. I try to, do that during the week. So if it means just 30 minutes for you, it's okay. Or if it means 1 hour today, 30 minutes tomorrow for you, 30 minutes next, it's okay. But for me, I do 2 hours. It must be 2 hours. But that's just me. So set your goals yourself, and you would see how far you start to go. And I always say this thing about triggers. Yes, use triggers, especially if you're just starting. Share with love. Thank you so much for joining. Sis, how have you been? So I always ask people to, set their goals and, know exactly what they want for themselves. So if it means, like I said, my own is 2 hours workouts. If your own workout is for just 30 minutes, it's okay. Even if it's for 10 minutes, it's okay as well. Yes, happy new month, sis. Thank you so much. So if it means 10 minutes every single day, then commit to it. Commit to showing up. I don't give excuses. I don't know how to give excuses. I don't know how I don't know. I can't imagine myself giving excuses. And this also translates to my clients. I don't give excuses. Maybe I told you, okay, your stuff will be ready in 2 days or in 7 days. And on the seventh day, I'm telling you stories that has never happened before, and it will never happen by God's grace. So because I have a brand to protect, I have, thank you. Haba, share with love. Thank you to sis. Because I have a brand to protect, I cannot even just imagine not showing up. Sometimes being consistent, I mean, it doesn't mean that it's easy. It doesn't mean it's easy every single time. Oh. I'm telling you, it's not. Oh, it's not. Sometimes it's hard, but because when you remember that no is not, I mean, there's no excuse, there's no story, there's no excuse. You just get up and get it done. That's for me. And I've gotten to that point where I don't give myself stories. I don't like excuses. So I don't give myself excuses and I don't give stories. So I'm already there and that's just who I am. Now you also need to evaluate yourself. Yes, you need to evaluate yourself and track your progress. What have you been doing? Like they say, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting the different results. In your bid to be consistent, what are your strategies? Is it working out for you? If it's not working out for you, then you can re-strategize. Do something new, do something completely different from what you've been doing earlier. And it could be triggers. I still use triggers till this day. I still do. So for me, part of my goals is to I want to read the entire Bible. um so I have my Bible right beside my bed. So when I wake up in the morning, that's the first thing I read, before I step out of bed. So those are triggers are things that help, that stimulate you, to do what you promise to do, to meet your goals. So, and I gave an example some time ago on my channel that if maybe your workout clothes is something that's pisses you off or makes you want to change your mind regarding working out, maybe you're like, I don't know what to wear, I don't know what shoes to wear, I don't know which socks, or I don't know which. Don't worry, get those things, your outfits, put them beside your bed so that when you wake up, if you have to work out immediately after waking up, then put it beside your bed so that when you wake up, there's no excuse. And that's the same thing I did. That's the same strategy I used, when I started, putting the Bible beside my bed so that when I wake up, there is no excuse. Because it's been a while. I've been like, I need to finish the entire Bible. But now, thankfully, I'm getting there, gradually. So use triggers as well. Yes, if you have to use triggers, use it. If you have to use AI tools, please use it. If you want to be consistent, maybe with your blog, use AI tools. I use a tool. Yes, I have to pay for it, but it's something that helps me stay consistent. Why not? That way you're able to buy time, and that way you're able to, minimize or eliminate excuses out of your life. I don't like excuses. And when I see people give excuses, I'm like, really? I can't relate. So if you want to stay consistent, use triggers, and you can also use AI tools depending on what you want to be consistent with. And I also mentioned that you should evaluate yourself. Yes, evaluate yourself and track your progress and see if what you are doing is working. If it is not working, if you need to hire a coach, maybe you should. If you need an accountability partner, maybe you should. If you need to even place money, I'm not asking you to go and bet to, but I'm just saying, something to encourage you. Or maybe if you don't do this thing consistently, you plan to work out 5 days a week. If you miss one day, you're going to pay $100, or 100K, depending on what the currency, the exchange rate is, right? So do something or use triggers, something that would actually push you, towards getting things done. You notice that, see, when you do this thing consistently over time, it now becomes a part of you. It now becomes something that people don't need to beg you to do. People don't need to encourage you to do. People don't need to, you just be like, what are these ones talking about? It's already sorted. So it now becomes a part of you. Even when you don't feel like it, you don't need to, like I said, you don't need to, when you get to a point, when you're consistent, you get to a point where you don't need anyone to remind you. You don't need anyone to encourage you to do it. You get, because you know it needs to be done. And that's why these days when I see certain content creators, not content creators, filmmakers, Yeah, maybe they're also content creators, really. When I see certain filmmakers and I see how consistent they are, I'm like, man, I love what you're doing. I see you and I know that you understand the grind, and definitely you're headed to the top. You have your goal, you're headed, your eye on the prize. And that's one thing I do. I always stay focused on my goals. Last month I decided I was going to run different multiple ads, and I did. And the whole idea is to test, something new. Is this one working? Is this platform better? Or is this platform the best? So I committed. It's about staying committed and staying true to your word and keeping your word. So first thing another thing you can do is to try to be consistent for 30 days, then increase it again. If you're able to do the first 30 days, then you can reward yourself. You can actually reward yourself that, man, I did this. Okay, let me give myself a treat. So start with maybe 30 days. Maybe you want to work out for 30 days, start with 30 days. It is actually doable. And that's why I said you have to decide yourself that this thing called consistency, you want to be great at it. You want to make it a part of you. So once you do it for the first 30 days and you are consistent, you tell yourself that you are a doer. You're someone that set your goals and you kind of like follow through and make sure that it comes to pass. You've achieved something, and that way you're able to rinse and repeat. Once you're able to achieve the first 30 days, it becomes a little easier than it was when you first started. Go ahead and repeat it. Yes. The only way, according to David Goggins, he said the only way to achieve greatness in life is to have patience, is to have consistency, and is to have discipline. Remember, I mentioned earlier that if you miss, it's okay. It's okay for you to miss, but pick yourself up and try again. We are talking about patience here, so you have to understand that you don't have to be a perfect person. Yes. Okay. Sarah said I was consistent. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You see, that's what I'm talking about. Very proud. I am very, very proud of you, Sarah. Good job. I think you still have one pending video. I'm gonna watch it in the midnight. I always watch these videos in the midnight. So yes, it's already set for today in the midnight. I will take my time to watch it. So even when you miss, just be patient with yourself. Just keep it cool on you. Because honestly, if your friend were to tell you, oh, I missed whatever goal I planned for myself last month, I'm sure you're not going to rebuke your friend. You're going to be nice and gentle on your friend. The same way you're going to be nice on your friend is the same way I want you to be nice to yourself too. Pat yourself on the back and tell yourself it's okay. It's okay to fail. It's okay. But like I said, the true test of a man is known when you get up immediately, by how quick you get up when you fall. So when you fall, you don't stay down, don't stay defeated. So you have to really get up and keep pushing. And here are some reasons why you struggle to be consistent and how you can change it. Yes. Sometimes fear and fatigue, creeps in. Sometimes we overthink things. Sometimes we're like, who sent me message? It might be hard, especially, and I give an example. Maybe when you're fasting, you wanted to when I fasted for 21 days, my first 21 days, I fasted for 63 days, 21 days, three times consecutively. Ever since I did that, fasting now became a part of me. The first day is going to be gangster. The first day is going to look like, Talo Kubami, who sent me message, but if you're able to, withstand the pain, the resilience at that time, trust me, you're headed to the top. You're headed to the top, because that is something a lot of people lack. A lot of people are lagging behind when it comes to resilience. A lot of people just want the easy way out. So a lot of people can't even withstand just a little bout of inconvenience. A lot of people cannot, so please understand it is part of the process, and it's okay. It's okay to endure a little inconvenience, especially in the beginning. And for me, I always look at the end goal. The what I'm looking at is far greater than what I'm enduring right now. So when I look at where I'm going, I just picture, have a mental picture of a great future that I've envisaged for myself, and I'm motivated to get up and keep trying and push on. Now, some other people have unrealistic goals, yes, and this is a common reason for inconsistency. Some people set very unrealistic goals for themselves. So please, like I said, consistency doesn't mean doing a lot every day. It means staying committed to, even doing it bit by bit, and then you can increase it with time. So don't set unrealistic goals for yourself, so that you don't get disappointed at the end of the day, and then you don't stop everything all of a sudden. Now, another reason why a lot of people fail to be consistent is because they are relying too much on motivation. See, when we talk about motivation, it's pretty much how you feel at a particular time. You don't have to feel good about it to do it. You don't have to feel, you don't have to feel excited. You don't have to feel gingered. No, it's not about your feeling. It's about the commitment to get it done, regardless of whether you feel like doing it or not. So that's another problem with being consistent, relying too heavily on motivation. Yeah. So stop relying too much on motivation, whether you feel like doing it or not. I remember one time my husband was asking me if he should go to the gym. And I said, the fact that you're asking me is a sign that you should actually go to the gym. You're welcome, Sarah. I said, the fact that you're asking me is the reason why you should go to the gym. Because honestly, as a human being, you're waiting for someone to just say, no, now take a break today. You don't need to go. And I said, no, push yourself, carry yourself and go to the gym. And he felt really great about himself when he went to the gym. So you don't have to feel motivated, before you can stay consistent. You don't have to, just get it done regardless of whether you feel like doing it or not, whether you are motivated or not. Just get it done. So do not rely on motivation. Do not rely on, I must feel like doing it. I must, wake up in the morning and have that feeling. No, whether you feel that way or not, just get it done. That the same way for a lot of people that do 9 to 5, they don't feel like going to work, but they get it done. But when it comes to their own personal goals, they start slacking. They are waiting for themselves to feel like doing it, to feel motivated. Whereas if you're working 9 to 5, I remember when I was working in the bank, who are you not to go to work? Even when you're dying, you still go to work, because then you have, consequences. But because now you are the one setting your goals yourself, you're probably not accountable to anyone, and there is no, what's it called now? You don't get any consequences, literally, although you still get consequences at the end of the day. But because you don't have direct consequences, you don't have direct, a way of, it's like punishment. You get punished when you do your 9 to 5 and you don't show up at work for a whole week. So you don't have to, there's a motivation. What's your motivation? Your salary, your job. You don't want to lose your job. That's your motivation. But this time, you're not waiting to be motivated by anything or anyone. You just get things done. Like it's just something that's, it's just you. It becomes second nature when you do it over and over and over again. And now, how can we actually build healthy habits and be consistent? How can we actually do it? I also want to learn from you guys too. So, first thing I would say is to create your own habits. Create your habits. Yes. So, please start creating those habits and become that person that you want to be. You see certain people on the internet. You wonder how they did it. What is their driving force? What's their story? How did they get to that point? So you can create your own story too. And it's okay to fail sometimes, but don't stay down when you fail. Don't get stuck. Get up again and try again. So create your own habits, create your own, set goals for yourself. And then once you do that, you want to be known for something, even if it's not external, people acknowledging you. You personally want to be this person. You want to be known for this person. So make a new set of habits. Make your new habit checklist. So you can make a list of your goals. Yes. And then you can schedule them into your life. Scheduling them, you can use triggers, you can use AI. Yes. And try not to miss a habit twice. If you do, it's okay. Get yourself up again and move on. Get up and move on. Make it automatic. Yes, make it automatic. Like, and you can use AI in that regard. So whether you are there or not, come rain, come sun, you have to just, make it work. And also try habit stacking. When I say schedule them into your life, you can use those triggers, like I said, something that's, if it's a routine, it follows a pattern that you already have. Maybe you sleep at a certain time of the day, or of the night, or you brush your teeth at certain times, maybe twice a day or whatever. You can schedule certain things that you want to achieve around that time, something that will help. Something that once you know that, okay, I'm about to brush my teeth now, let me do this as well. Or you say, okay, I just woke up, I'm about to get up from bed, let me quickly do this. And it can be as small as tidying up your room first thing in the morning. So tidying up your room, or giving yourself a rule that if it takes less than 5 minutes to do, then you should get it done. As simple as tidying up your room, or laying your bed. The first thing you do, maybe after you make your prayers, then you lay your bed before you start your day. Because the truth is, once you start your day and you're hurrying out, maybe you're rushing to work, you're rushing for an appointment, or you have a meeting, you're likely going to have a messy room, and then you come back to it. So if it's one habit that you've always wanted to get rid of, then you can schedule it into your life. And like I said, tiny drops of water makes a mighty ocean. You don't expect to be great in one day. You don't expect yourself to be consistent immediately after you just decided today. Give yourself, just have grace for yourself, and then be patient with yourself. And before you know it, you're already the top shot. When it comes to consistency, be like, I can't believe I ever struggled with being consistent. So I want to say a big thank you to you guys for riding with me all the way till the end. I remember your girl Miriam. If you have any question for me, please let me know in the comments. If you'd also like me to discuss a particular topic of your choice, please also let me know. I'll be more than happy to bring it to you. Till I see you in my next video, don't forget to check out my previous videos, like this video, and also do out to share. And I'll see you next week. Take care, guys, and bye for now. God bless you. Bye, guys.